in just 3.5 years. An incredible and dynamic trainer. So without further ado, please help me welcome to the stage Elite Pro 9, Clinton Boyles.
Are we ready? Hello! Okay, so I have 10 minutes to put 8.5 years of my life vantage journey into helping you identify and build leadership in depth. And I'm going to show you my journey of where people identify themselves. It's not necessarily you identifying people, but if you do your part, you'll find the other people will do their part. Now, I want to ask you a question. Do I have permission with you to be very real and very frank?
Yes!
If I knew what it was going to take for you, a little piece of what it's going to take for you to get you to where you want to be, would you want to know? Okay, 4 people? Would you want to know? But if I told you, would you actually follow through and commit to you? Okay, 4 people again. Would you actually do it? Okay, so I love the story or the talk about a travel agent versus a tour guide. Okay, a travel agent's going to send you to places he's probably never been, so how is he going to be able to direct and show you how to get there? But a travel guide has actually been through or gone through what he's going to tour you through. So it's kind of like this perspective. You hire a personal trainer, and this hot personal trainer tells you to show up and you don't want to show up. Or the personal trainer tells you that we got to do this, and you say, no, I'll just get you a towel and a water bottle, and you can do that. Okay, I want you guys to understand something. Here's an analogy for you. It begins and ends with who? It begins and ends with you. Okay, this is the piece of the puzzle of where I started. I was 26 years old. How much experience do you think I had in understanding leadership in depth? 0. I had no business experience at all. I'd never seen network marketing. And this is what I was shown. A 2 to 5 year process. Is it sideways? It's sideways. Imagine that. Okay, 2 to 5 year process. Okay, what's it going to take in that 2 to... This is setting expectations correctly. Let's set your expectations of what it's going to take, because you're going to have to develop first. It's going to be up to you first to develop before you can ever try to tour or develop someone else. The first step of this is 15 presentations a month. Okay, why 15 presentations a month? Okay, I sucked at them. They were horrible. I couldn't even, and I'm going to kind of go through my enrollment date and where I got involved. But at the beginning of this, I couldn't even get people in for free. Okay? And then we have LVAs. Okay, where do you get to send people your business or yourself go to where people have done actually what you're trying to do for $25 on a monthly basis to get built up? And then you have EA. If you have not pre-registered, you're missing out. You have not made the decision to actually capture what's going to happen in this company, and you have to make that decision first. You have to pre-register. You have to be that leader that you're looking to find. You can't expect somebody to do something that you haven't done. You can't do that. Okay, and then we got convention, and we got pro audio. Okay, you promote, and you repeat. This is the first step. This is you. This is you. The 15 presentations a month, you're going to have to learn how to do it. I did not know the compensation plan. I did not know how to build this business. So sitting in front of people, I was scared out of my mind. I was not good at it. Guys, it took me a little over 5 months to sign up my very first person. It took me a little over 5 months. Okay? Through that process, when I first got introduced to network marketing, I fell in love. Where can you buy a business for a little over $1,000 that you have the potential of capturing whatever it is you want? But first you have to develop, and then you have to turn into a servant leader. You have to grow. Anybody interested in that? Okay? So I get involved, or I get introduced to it. Thank you, Seth Campbell, for introducing me to his dad, who then went through residual income, and I fell in love. Fell in love with the opportunity. I'm $30,000 negative living in somebody else's basement. I just lost everything because 2008, the economy crashed, my entire life crashed. Then comes February of 2009, I get introduced to network marketing. I go home in the home that I lived in with 19 people, and I say I'm going to do this business. That sucks, that's stupid, what's wrong with you? Are you ridiculous? Do you have an idiot brain? And instead of taking financial advice from somebody who didn't have what I wanted, how many of you walking over to your neighbor, your brother, your sister, and taking advice from them? Stop taking advice from people that aren't at in life where you don't want to be anymore. Okay, these tour guides up here, I'm so grateful. A couple weeks later, the guy that would believe in me more than I believed in myself until I got to where I wanted to be is still doing the same thing today that he did when I first met him sitting in the home. Marcel Niederhauser has never changed his message. He has had the vision from the very beginning, getting introduced to Tyler Daniels, guiding Seth and Skip and myself, and helping us become more, doing more for us than we did for ourselves at first. Now, I'm telling you this, Marcel has never done a one-on-one for me. Skip has never done a one-on-one for me. They've done group meetings, they've done bigger meetings, okay? But it was up to me. My enrollment date is February of 2009 before we launched. So I've attended every single event, 31 EAs that this company has had. And guess what? I was broke for the first 2 to 3 years. Pouring everything I can. I had a vision, I had a dream. I wanted to be something else. I wanted to be somewhere else. I had 4 children at the time that I got laid off, and guess how much I knew them? My oldest was 7 at that time. She's 15 now, and she doesn't know a life without her dad. That's amazing. Having 7 children and be able to wake up at 34 years old and choose to do what you want to do. Anybody interested in that? That first thing that I went through is what it's going to take. My enrollment date, February 2009. It took me till Chris and Riley were my first enrollment date. Now understand this. I couldn't get people to come to meetings. I couldn't get people to actually build or do this business or want anything to do with it. I remember a 17-year-old kid hanging out with me in Kansas City, Missouri, where I live. And he kept talking to his brother about this, and his brother says, why are you listening to those stupid things? Well, why don't you come check out? We had 2 people that are now Master Pro 10s and 2 corporate officers that came and did a meeting, and he comes, and his brother comes, my very first guest to a meeting. But I didn't realize he was going to come drunk and high to the meeting and start a fight and get knocked out. Crap, can I get a break? I'm a pro. We launched this company. I launched as a Pro 0. Everybody else launched at Pro 4s and Pro 5s around me. Everybody's like, are you done yet? You done being stupid? No, I'm not. Because I'm gonna continue to listen to the tour guide that knows where he's going. I'm gonna continue to follow through and apply the behaviors. I developed first. I had a lot of growth to go through. I was really horrible at this. And then in June of 2009, Chris and Riley, June of 2009, Chris and Riley, and it wasn't after I attended my first event, June 26th and 27th. I remember like it was yesterday, ribbon cutting, sitting in those chairs with tears in my eyes, knowing that I can do this. And then going home, I got offered my job back after 8 months of being off work, after they challenged my unemployment. I had to go through a court process to get that. It was challenges all along the way. And then getting offered my job back Tuesday after I just attended an event like this. I told him to shove it. I want nothing to do with the guy. I blackballed myself from that industry at Warren. I was committed to this. Well, think about it. We were having dinner. All of a sudden, I get the phone rings. It's the person that laid me off, right? Those emotions come back. I was like, I answered the phone and I was calm for the first 3 seconds, and then you could hear a pin drop after I hung up. I walked outside, about to have a panic attack, made a phone call to Marcel, and he was very real to me. The truth and the leadership of who he was, he always guided me directly with true leadership. And then I actually made it to Utah, hitchhiking to Utah, and Chris and Riley were the first people that I actually sat down with face-to-face and they enrolled, June of 2009. So that was a little bit of a journey. Well, the next week, they introduced me to Sherry Miller. Sherry Miller was in my life for 3 hours. I sat down with her, went through the presentation. She introduced me to 2 other ladies. I had Diane Bernsdorf and Brenda Marble enroll within the first, 3 people joined my business within 1 day. Holy crap. These guys enrolled, so I don't have much time left. These guys enrolled, so June of 2009, I actually had 4 people enroll. for the first time in my life. It took me from February till June of 2009. And then Diane for 3 months, kept talking about her son, her son's friend. He's going to be amazing if we could just get him, but her son doesn't want want me to talk to him. Okay, and then all of a sudden, Labor Day of 2009, I get introduced to Tony Crashwitz, sitting in a meeting. How do you know which person is going to build it? Is Tony an absolute rock star? I had no clue. But what did I do? I did my part. I followed through. I did my presentation. And Diane was freaked out. She was afraid to share this information, but she was willing to put me in front of people. Find out who people know, become that leader. Guy, just know you're going to screw up, okay? And then October of 2009, Dayla Evans joins my life through Tony. And I go up to Seattle, Washington, start working with her. I'm there every single month. We're working together. And then all of a sudden, she enrolls a lady by the name of Marilyn Johnson. In May of 2010. Okay, you guys didn't see what these guys have gone through to this day. But I remember showing up to Marilyn's house and her working 3 full-time jobs, her husband making fun of us as I walk in, we're gonna do network marketing, and us just going to work because she had a dream and a desire to get something different. But this is something about each one of these people. Tony Crashwitz, Dayla Evans, Marilyn Johnson, and then November of 2010, Everett Schillings joined our life. And I didn't meet him until February of 2010 because Marilyn kept telling me that he was gonna put 50 people in the house and I needed to drive to Gillette, Wyoming. Why the heck do you wanna go there during wintertime, right? If you wanna freeze. And I finally go, I had an incredible conversation with Marcel. I finally figured out how to ask him questions. He asked me a question back. Was I at where I wanted to be at? Was I pro 10 yet? I went and met Everett because he was going to be the biggest thing in my life. I'm going to tell you, he's become one of the biggest things in our life as he's continued to work hard and attend the events. And then if you go 19 levels below, August of 2013, 4 years, 6 months from the time I got in, I'm already pro 9, Sherry Hallbeck joined our life. If you do your part, if you attend the events and commit to yourself and develop and become, and then go out and find those who want what you have by their actions, not by their words, those leaders will identify themselves and you'll be able to work with them. Does that make sense? That's absolutely incredible that you guys have it in your hands to take control of your business, to make the decision. If you're not in Indianapolis, you're missing it. If you're not in the Life Vantage Academy, and if you're not promoting and getting your teams there, you're missing out. I'm honored and privileged that I got to share this stage with so many incredible people so far today, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.